Have you heard a bunch of fear, uncertainty, and doubt about Internet Computer? Well, one of our viewers on Twitch dropped a whole bunch of things to address today, so I'm going to knock them all out here, except the conspiracy thing, which I took a whole nother video to do. For example, I've seen questions you all asking like, Jerry, are you worried about node operators just dumping everything and killing the ICP price? What about exchanges manipulating? And what about seed investors dumping everything? So I can talk about the seed investors with data first, which we're coming into a real sweet time with ICP. I've been saying for months that May 2024, in my mind, is last chance for ICP, to ideal entry points. Because if you look back, pretty much indefinitely back, we've had these massive seed investor unlocks of millions of ICP every month. Plus, we've had node provider rewards. And though the node provider rewards are relatively small compared to the seed unlock. So am I worried about node providers just immediately dumping everything? Like, no, they're doing something very valuable for the network. And the node provider rewards currently are not that much because they're paid in ICP. So the higher the price of ICP is, the more irrelevant the node provider rewards become. Now, when it was $3 for ICP, the node provider rewards were getting pretty substantial, but anything like where we're at today or higher, the node provider rewards are essentially paid in fiat. So you don't need to worry about those. Node providers are doing something real for the network too, and they have costs associated with that. So there's no concern there. The seed investor unlocks, which have been going on the entire time since Genesis, the big seed investor unlocks just stopped. That means millions less ICP. I don't look at the price every day, but I know that's tens of millions of dollars less ICP being unlocked every single month going forward. Like you can see these big unlocks coming ahead of time. The rest of the year, there's one single unlock for 300,000. Now keep in mind, before this, there were some months where every month had a 1+ million unlock, and there were often several bigger comparable unlocks. Now there's literally one unlock for 300,000 in the next 9 months. There's no other unlock even bigger than 100,000. So what this means is this is a really good time to be in ICP, because what people are locking up ICP, like me, I've got like 4,000 or so ICP locked up in multiple accounts now, and I'm getting these rewards. And what you're seeing is the ICP, for the first time in the history of the network, we're about to have more ICP being locked every month if the past continues, which it likely will. People have been locking up millions of ICP a month, and then in the past we've been having millions of ICP being unlocked, mainly with the one single big unlock every month, but others. Now, for the first time in the history of the network, it's going to change, where every month, and this is as things are, this does not account for, people discovering how incredible ICP is and more being locked up than usual. Just at the current rate we've been going, there's going to be more ICP that gets locked up every month than gets unlocked every month for the first time in the history of the network. And that's going to be huge. To me, this is where things really go nuts for ICP, because the entire time so far, we've had so much ICP getting unlocked that the network started with 121 million ICP dissolving, and it's down to 42 million dissolving. Meanwhile, the network started with 122 million locked, and it's up to 200 million locked, and it generally is consistently went up. And this is locked, not dissolving, which means people are not even starting to unlock it. And right now there's 137 million ICP locked, not dissolving for 8 years. So the numbers look really good. Like in the entire history of ICP, there's been so much more ICP unlocking all the time. We've got through almost all of that. So the way I see it, there's only 23 million ICP unlocking total in the next 0 to 1 years currently. And because of, if you look at, you can see right here in the dashboard, like you can't have much more than that, even possibly. Like there's 16 million ICP that is locked, not dissolving for 0 to 1 year. So even if all of that started dissolving, it'd still take, most of that's locked at least 6 months, some of it towards a year. Like, no matter what happens, you can't have that much get dumped all of a sudden. So to me, this is going to really just go nuts. And if you look at the inflation on ICP is, you can do some simple math instead of listening to people that can't do simple math tell you about the inflation. You can just divide 518 by 498 and see what the actual inflation on ICP was in the last year. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do that. Look, the actual inflation was 4%. That's the real amount of supply that was created all total from voting rewards and from node provider rewards in the last year. So this looks like a formula to go to just go wherever you want to go that's far away, that's amazing, that's dream scenario. This looks incredible. But what's really incredible behind this is that this is real technology. This is not some speculative DeFi meme coin crypto with manipulated transactions and narratives being pushed. This tech, as I've said in so many of my videos, so I'm not going to repeat what I've said in all my videos before. Go back and watch like all of my other videos about ICP where I talk in depth about the tech. I don't see any reason to worry about seed investors or node operators cashing out from here. And do exchanges manipulate the price of ICP? It certainly in the past appears they have. However, the less ICP is on exchanges, the less they have to work with. So I would hope you don't have any ICP on exchanges and you are holding all your ICP on the network nervous system, because that will stop exchanges from being able to manipulate prices. Exchanges can only manipulate prices because people are letting their ICP sit on an exchange. So if you've got your ICP off an exchange, you've got it in the network nervous system, then your ICP is not going to be able to be manipulated. So I've got my ICP, this is in the network nervous system, and Internet Computer Protocol is being set up where you can they just added chain key USDC, which brings all the Ethereum USDC can now be moved over and used on ICP. So ICP is being set up where you can even cash out and swap. For example, you could swap your Internet Computer Protocol to CKUSDC and then swap that over to USDC on Ethereum, and you wouldn't even have to use an exchange for any of this. So Internet Computer Protocol, and you could just, for example, if you wanted to hold in USDC and trade back and forth, you've now got CKUSDC on ICP. You don't even need an exchange to go back and forth. And all this is instant with almost no fees. This is such a good scenario. Just don't screw it up. Like almost all my videos now are like, don't screw this up. Like this is so easy. This is so easy. All the data, everything I'm seeing just looks incredible. Like if you look at this, if you look at the balance of ICP addresses greater than 100, I mean, people are figuring this out. In the end of 2023, there were like 28,000 addresses with over 100 ICP. There's 41,000 now. Like people are figuring this out and they're stockpiling ICP. If you look at over 1K, there's thousands. There's a couple thousand more addresses, which is around 20% growth in a few months that have stockpiled over 1,000 ICP on a single address. So this is a limited time opportunity, because this tech is some of the most important technology we have in the entire world. And many of you that are having a lot of fears and are getting influenced and scared from FUD, from fear, uncertainty, and doubt, you're looking too short term with things. In the short term, exchanges can absolutely manipulate things. In the short term, a node provider dumping a whole bunch at once might make a small dent in where the price is at today. But think long term. Look around at the world and say, what are the real problems we're having? Real problems we're having that ICP addresses, and how big are those problems? And is there anything else that addresses those problems? Cybersecurity, $10 trillion a year. estimated in 2025 to be a $10 trillion a year problem, draining massive resources from all over the internet. Internet Computer Protocol and the technology that DFINITY is making the private version with Utopia, which will be interoperable with ICP. This is the best solution we have for one of the biggest economic problems in the world. If you want a currency that can be used like Bitcoin and Ethereum, ICP has the Bitcoin and Ethereum, the first Bitcoin and Ethereum layer 2 on the same infrastructure. It has the best technology to scale Bitcoin and Ethereum. It has the best, like with the voting rewards I just showed you, the 15%, the locking it up. It has the best if you want to just park your money and get a passive income, retire. If you want to have real Web3 where everything's built on chain, ICP is the only place you can do that right now. And that's a massive opportunity to build new applications, to share ownership, build new games, metaverses, things we haven't even seen before where people can collaborate. You've got things like OpenChat that are allowing you to have an entire community like I do. Is directly on chain now. And this is game-changing technology. And you can actually use it. It has the best internet identity login solution anywhere where you can sign in, use biometrics, works with the security in your devices. If you're in a country that's oppressive, you can keep your crypto secret. You can now keep your Bitcoin and Ethereum secret on just in a browser, which you can use an incognito browser to sign into your device and keep your crypto secret. And it can do almost anything on there. I mean, this technology is massive. There's no competition. I mean, there's talk, there's people talking, there's companies, there's cryptos talking, but go look at their technology, go look at their engineers, go look at their teams. They've got nothing. I mean, they have nothing. They have nothing but hopes and dreams and marketing. This is actually working. It has huge real world utility, and everybody's going to figure this out. I'm just a forerunner. I tend to figure out things in tech long before most people do. I got a smartphone before most people had one. I was on Facebook in 2005. I can give you a whole bunch of examples where I repeatedly found things way before the masses. And then by the time the masses get into it, it's old news to me. So you're so early on ICP, and that's why it's an opportunity. So don't worry about the FUD. Believe it or not, there were people saying that flying was impossible. Now that looks ridiculous today, doesn't it? But at one time, that was the mainstream narrative. There were people saying the internet wouldn't turn out to be anything. I was certain they were wrong. Well, look at it now. ICP also has some of the most resilient technology in the world. If there's some disaster, ICP has some of the most, every one of your, if you're like on OpenChat or my website's on ICP, my website's on 13 different servers all over the world. I mean, that's one of the most resilient infrastructures we have on Earth. So you can see that for yourself at jerrybanfield.com. If you enjoyed this video, I invite you to come join us for the full Jerry Banfield experience. Follow on Twitch where I film this live. Chat with us. Use ICP yourself on OpenChat. You can watch all my videos with no ads on Patreon for free. And if you pay a little bit, you can get the fastest response from me in Discord and get access to the videos early on Patreon. I'm a full-time YouTuber and Twitch streamer, and thanks to ICP, I never have to worry about money again. Like, I got 4,000 ICP locked. Just off the rewards and APR, I don't think I'm ever going to need to try and do anything for money again. That's a pretty sweet deal to me. So I'm making music. I invite you to listen to some of my songs on Spotify. I'm sure you haven't heard anything just like them before. If you want to really get to know me, check out my autobiography, my thoughts list, and come hang out on Twitch. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.